Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jeff Calissi. I am the co-chair of the Performing Arts Department, chair of the music program, and I've been tasked to get the show on the road and kind of explain something about the program that's in front of you, because we've had a change in order. However, I'd just like to take an opportunity to thank you all for being here, including the administrators, the president, provost, deans. Who else do I see out here? Pretty much half the campus. This is wonderful. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks to the students for being here, too, because this is just as much of a celebration of the students as well as with the faculty and administration here of the arts, past, present, future, all under this guise of this certain time period, as you'll see with some of the performances in light of our new fine arts instructional facility being built. If you just look out those doors on your way out. It's a wonderful and exciting time for the arts here at Eastern on this campus, and as this wonderful slideshow was presented, you can see that there's been an amount of growth here that's just been wonderful since I've been on board for quite a while now. But nevertheless, it's nice to see where we've come from and where we're going. So to that end, I want to just briefly explain that we're going to begin with visual arts at Eastern with a bit of a speech by Robert Greene, and then we're going to go straight into the slides from art from 1914 and 1939, the arts of bygone days, and then we're going to go in that order. So there's just a brief bit out of order from the program, but nevertheless, as you can see, we're going to go in that direction. Any questions? That's the professor to me. Does anyone have any questions? No? None? Okay, wonderful. Okay, well, without further ado, let's welcome Robert Greene and continue on. Thank you.
Hello, Eastern. Thank you. Thank you for having me up here. I agreed, I think, to speak from Ann Dawson before she even had a chance to tell me what I was speaking for. I said, yes! So I was really psyched to get up here and talk. I'm an alumni of Eastern. In 2006, I graduated. And I came here in 2000, actually. And reason being, I withdrew from the university and came back on a very part-time basis in the sculpture department. And I loved this school. I made my best friends at this school, and the friends I still see today. And we all get together on annual fishing gatherings at my house during opening day fishing parties, whether I want them there or not. They're there. And I can't tell you how much this, well, for example, in 2000, the science building wasn't there. I mean, it just blows my mind what this campus has changed, what it's turned into. Under some obviously under some good guidance, and it was a good school then, and I'm privileged and lucky to be here teaching now on a one-year position, and I love it. And I will say a couple of quick, really funny stories. My freshman year, I was such a nervous wreck coming here. I actually brought my mother into the room with Imna Arroyo, who was my advisor, to assist in my advising after the placement testing. I was so such a homebody, I guess you could say, and I'm still embarrassed by that. The other thing is, it was the second day of classes, and I remember being in what was then RVA. I'm not sure what it's called now. What is it? Oh, okay. Okay. So that's where we lived as a freshman. And, of course, I had a morning class at, I think it was 8 something in the morning. It was a math class, but of course it was in Schaefer Hall. It was a rainy day, and I chose, because now I'm in school and I'm on top of the world, that I was going to conquer the stairs going down the library with my friend's mountain bike to cut through and make a little shortcut, which was a major, monstrous mistake. Somebody had to come and unravel my legs from the mountain bike, and I had to limp to math class, not only late, but bloodied and bruised and wet because it was raining. And I walked in and said, hi, I'm sorry I'm late. Do you mind if I sit here? And they're all looking at me like, oh, yeah, I guess so, that's fine. Anyway, we had so many great memories here. Were we perfect students? No. But we've all grown up to do pretty well for ourselves. And I could go into stories, but I don't have enough time to do that. But my group of friends all turned out well, and they're all Eastern grads. And I know I will always see them, third Saturday in April, opening day fishing party. But I just want to say thanks again for having me up here to share this little spiel. And you guys are in a fantastic place. Those of you that are students, I consider Eastern, to this day, one of all the schooling I've had since Eastern, to be one of the places where I studied under true masters of their field. And I mean that. There's some real talent here. And I've had a lot of schooling since here. So that should say something about Eastern. The quality, the caliber of the teachers here. You're in a good place. So that's all I have to say. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me up here. And happy anniversary.
Okay, now we're going to make a very bold technological maneuver. Hopefully, between Nick Messina and I, will result in a portrait of art over the years of the teens, 20s, and 30s. It's taking a while to launch.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Renee St. John, and I'm from the music department. And I was asked to tell you a little bit about my experiences in the music department today. You see, I transferred here in 2011 and knew that music was something that I really wanted to be a part of, and I wanted to experience a lot of things in the music department. And in working with my professors and colleagues in the music department, all of these experiences have been deeply positive, whether they were at any sort of joyful celebration or any solemn memorial. I've learned and have further cemented my belief that music is important in every aspect of my life. In the career sense, I've learned such important skills such as team building through working with my conductors and colleagues in ensembles, time management through rehearsals and practice outside of class. I've even learned technical knowledge and mathematical knowledge gained from music theory. The list goes on. Since transferring to Eastern, I've been given many opportunities within the music department, and one of the greatest opportunities I was given was the chance to start working as a professional musician. Personally, I feel that I've experienced a change in myself as well. I'm more confident. I have a stronger sense of direction. Most importantly, and often overlooked, I have a love for myself. A love so detrimental that it affects performance and feature. A love that gives me the confidence to stand here today and perform for you. Music also has a permeable quality through the educational disciplines. In history, music is both affected by political, social, and international events, and can also affect the course of social or political platforms. In literature, it is affected by the words of authors and librettists. For this reason, I have also chosen to pursue a double major in English, as English and music are both subjects that are so deeply intertwined. And lastly, I feel that my experiences in the music department at Eastern have been some of the most wonderful and honestly the most rewarding. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the performances by me and my colleagues today. There's
It's a pleasant day, that's all I can say.
Here's the one thing real enough, love's the only thing that counts. People want to know what a Devereaux.
When the one you love is near, nothing else can interfere. When the one you love is near, nothing else can interfere. Here's some information I will gladly give the nation. I am for the true love, here's the only girl I do love.
I love him and he loves me, and that's how it shall always be. So what care we about Miss Devereaux?
Who cares what the public chatters? Love's the only thing that matters.
Who cares if the sky cares to fall in the sea? Who cares if it's real and conquers? Long as you've got a kiss that conquers. Why should I care? Life is one long jubilee. So long as I care for you and you care for me.
Who cares if the sky fails to fall as the sea? Who cares how history rates me? As long as your kiss intoxicates me. Why should I care? Life is one long jubilee. So long as I care for you and you care for me.
Hello, everyone. My name is Abby Weston. I'm a senior business major, but a theater minor. The theater department has been a fantastic opportunity to be a part of. I couldn't imagine not being a part of it. The students are highly driven, and the professors are extremely supportive of us. Many of us students have gone and gotten successful internships and jobs because of our professors. And without them, we wouldn't have been able to do amazing opportunities such as traveling to London or performing in New York City and going to theater festivals. But as a business major, I've been often asked, why are you in theater? Isn't it just acting? Well, no. Theater is so much more than acting. We have talented technicians, stage managers, and arts administrators like myself. And without the theater department, I would have never seen that. I would have just been, theater's just acting. How can I get a job through that? There's so many more opportunities than just acting. As a part of the theater department, I have grown as an individual, and I couldn't imagine not being a part of this community. We may be small, but we're strong. We perform fantastic shows and pieces. Now, we were going to perform a vaudeville skit, but the past few weeks there's been a small thing called snow, and kind of messed things up. So we are going to skip ahead a few decades to the 70s.
Hello, my name is Amanda Conkey, and I am the stage manager for Prelude to a Kiss, which is our current production down in Schaefer Auditorium. Our show actually starts on the 27th, so that's next Thursday, and it runs all the way through March 5th, which is the following Wednesday. So our box office is open at this point, so if you guys want to call and get tickets, I'd suggest start doing it now, because it's a really awesome show, and tickets are going to sell pretty quickly. So our show, a little quick information about it. It's basically what you might describe as a rom-com. It's a romantic comedy. It's really fun, and it takes place in the 70s. And it is about the couple Rita and Peter and their experience of meeting each other and falling in love. And then a Freaky Friday situation sort of happens to them, and it's about trying to fix the fact that Rita gets switched with an old man. So we're going to perform a song from The Wedding, which is a Peter, Paul, and Mary song, the wedding song, and that will be sung by Maya Ta and Mariah Parrott and Alexis Kurtz. And then following that, we will do the first scene of the show, which is going to have Jessica McDonald, Derwin Hill, Mike, and Mike Siddell, that's his last name, and Lucy Shea. So enjoy.
the calling of your heart. Rest assured this troubadour is acting on his part. The union of your spirits here has caused him to remain. For whenever two or more of you are gathered in his name, there is love. There is love. Well then, what's to be the reason for becoming man and wife? Is it love that brings you here, or love that brings you life? For if loving is the answer, then who's the giving for? Do you believe in something that you've never seen before? There is love. There is love.
Hey, come on. Let's blow this joint. My feet are killing me. Can't we just go?
Chill out. I want to introduce Rita to Peter. Just go without me. I'll catch you with later. I'm splitting. Hey, Ted. Hey, Pete. Did you meet Rita? No. Hi.
Hi.
Rita, Peter, Rita.
Actually, I was gonna.
What's everybody drinking? Reed, can I put you up there?
I'll have another doer. Thanks.
No, nothing.
Don't worry. I got this. I'll be right back.
So, how long have you known the Sokals?
I don't. I mean, except in the hall.
Oh, you're a neighbor then.
I couldn't sleep.
Oh, really? Why? How long have you known the Sokals?
I haven't slept since I was 14, and a year and a half.
Did you just say you haven't slept since you were 14?
Pretty much.
Well, you look great.
Thank you.
Considering. Rita, what?
Boyle.
Oh, Peter Hoskins.
Hoskins?
You know, as in Hoskins disease.
Oh, you mean Hodgkins.
No, that was a non-humorous flail.
What? I like your shirt.
Doers, man, now.
Thank you.
No beer, sorry.
Wine's fine, thanks. Rita has insomnia.
Oh, yeah? Oh, well, I gotta pee. So, excuse me.
So, what do you do when you're not sleeping?
Oh, I just usually write in my journal. Oh, for a living, you mean? I'm a bartender.
Oh, that must be a really good job for a, well, where?
The Tin Market.
I know where that is. One for Pete.
Yeah.
Must be a good job for an insomniac. You work Saturdays?
Mm-hmm.
Do you? Well, I mean, you must make good money. Well, so you hate it then. I'm sorry, I can't help that, but what are your aspirations in that case?
I'm like a graphic designer.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I studied at Parsons.
This is good.
What do you do?
Oh, well, I make little tiny photographs of scientific articles which are rolled onto film like microfilm, only smaller. It's really interesting. You'd like it.
Well, what are your aspirations in that case?
I should have some. Shouldn't I can't answer that right now. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Why can't you sleep? You know what's good? I forget what it's called. It's an herb.
I tried it.
It didn't work.
I can't remember the name either. My memory's terrible.
Well, maybe that's why you can't sleep. You forget how tired you are. Well, if you ever need any help sleeping, I'm sorry. It was nice talking to you.
You too.
You get some sleep.
I'll try.
I stood outside for a while, just listening to the silence. Then I tried to figure out which window was hers and what her life might be like, and why she couldn't sleep. Like that, the spell was cast.
could think about when Peter and Rita were talking was, I'm so glad I'm not 18. Remember those days? It was so real to me. And I pulled up some memory tapes and I said, yeah, I look like that, or I did that. I wanted to thank everybody for being here today because it is a wonderful way to celebrate Eastern's history. 125 years, you've heard me talk at the university meeting and at the opening with the education department launching of their program, how wonderful it is to share a celebration, a joyous event with the community. And so I'm very grateful that you took a little bit of time to come and celebrate the arts at Eastern and its glorious history at Eastern. So thank you to all of you. But I especially want to say thank you to the faculty and the students and the staff of the programs, music, performing arts, and visual arts for putting today together. This was awesome. It was really a wonderful event. You saw the best of our students, and of course, behind the scenes always is the best of our faculty. So thank you to all of you for doing what you do. At Eastern, the arts have a long and noble tradition. And I think one of the wonderful things that we have done at Eastern is always hold the arts in very, very high esteem. And you can see by the building that's going up, which is going to be a phenomenal finished product, a beautiful, beautiful glass front building facing the community, because we respect this community and we want them to feel welcome and participate in all of the things that we do in music, performing arts, and visual arts. But that building is as glorious as the science building. It's not that the science building is more here than the arts. And I think that says a lot about this community and our commitment to liberally educating people. And the arts are a central piece of that. I often tell you, or some of you when I speak to you, how important the arts have been in my life. I try to surround myself by beautiful things, beautiful paintings, sculptures, things that remind me of beauty. And sometimes in my most moments of sadness or moments of despair, I'll sit in my office and look at some beautiful thing that an artist has put in front of me, and I just am so, so grateful for it. My shoulders go down and I relax. The power of music. How many of you have gone into a room and you hear a piece, you remember the instant that it recalls in your past? You know, you get butterflies, or your hairs on your arms spring up, and music goes to your soul. It really does. All the arts go to your soul. And then, of course, you have the performing arts, and on Saturday we'll be taking our grandchildren, my husband and I, to see Hairspray in Boston. And the gift we're giving them is the appreciation of the performing arts and how wonderful it can be to see a live performance. It doesn't have to be something on television or a play. And I think that sometimes I feel envious. Jealous is a little too strong, but envious of the people who have the gift, the faculty and the students. Yeah, you are really, really, really blessed to have that gift, because what you give us, the people who don't have the gift, is close to a miracle, because you transform our lives minutes and moments in time. And that's the beauty of your gift, that you can share it time and time again and bring the arts alive in us through many, many personal experiences. And so at Eastern, we celebrated today. It's not the end of the celebration of the 125th, but it's very important for us to remember that a liberally educated person understands the importance of the arts. I was so happy that the student in the business program, who's a business major, spoke about theater and the influence theater has had in her life, because I really do think we separate these things out, and there's no need to. They're intertwined, and they're all part of the meaning of life. So on behalf of all of the students at Eastern, thank you for being here today, and thank you for celebrating the arts.